Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen and everyone above, below, or in between. Welcome, and this is going to be where we talk about the perks, and you can pretty much just see them and read them all on this one video that I already uploaded. It's called Fallout New Vegas U.E. as in Ultimate Edition character build Deathclaw Hunter. And we're going to go over all the stat bonuses and some of the exploits over here. Alright, so right here at the very top of the list, you're going to notice it's got casual clothing plus 16. Well, that's a little exploit that you can get from dead money. And it can also negate the need to tack on rapid reload and things like that, because if you get your agility over the top, like plus 10 points, plus whatever it is that you already got just to score the perks that you need, and you know you're going to be rapid reloading anyway. And you got tons of other exploits right here, like solar power. During the daytime you get an extra strength bonus, walker instinct, perception and agility when you're outside. You got nighttime person, which gives you a perception bonus at nighttime and things like that. I mean, there's different perks that you can get, but we'll continue here. Just let that roll out. Yeah, like right here. Oh, there you go. Let's stop right there. You notice everything's going to be like 9, 10, and intelligence is going to be 8 up until you take some mentats. And if you take some party time mentats, your charisma, you'll notice right now it's at a 2. It says plus there. Normally it's a 1, but I got a clothing item, so that boosts it to 2. If you eat some party time mentats, that'll boost it to a 7 because that's a plus 5. And if you can take another drink, that'll boost it up another 2 points, so that'll be up to 9. So you can get all your stats up to 9 if you so choose. And also, if you get the right perks for the day and night stuff, those are things that you really want to pay attention to. Skip the 4 eyes perk. You're going to have so many perception bonus perks out there. You don't need the 4 eyes trait, I guess, when you're building your character. So go ahead and just pick anything and everything else, particularly if you got the Ultimate Edition. And don't skimp out on your luck. Go ahead and drop your charisma down to nothing, because you got all these different ways of boosting it up in game. You know what I mean? So just go ahead. And that goes for the vanilla version as well. Like right now, all your stats are at 100. Almost all the stats are at 100. And we're going to have to hit a stop right there and talk about that. If you get all the books for, say, your combat-oriented stuff, like energy weapons, guns, explosives, and all that, that'll really add extra bonus points to the amount of damage that you can do and deliver. And that's pretty much what most of the perks you're going to see after that. This is the console version, so double perking, glitching, of coursing, and you're going to see a lot of that kind of stuff. I also have a couple of other videos where I take down Deathclaws with 5.56 weapons and 5mm weapons, or what this game calls 5mm and 5.56 weapons. I decided to build my character so that for whatever reasons, this game, they seem to try to find the ways to make you to waste as much time as possible to make it miserable. So when I built this character build, I decided to build it with the intention of trying to make the playthroughs as smooth and as enjoyable as possible, and that's the reason why I got the perks that I got. There's other guys like Rowan or Games Maestro that have certain character builds for very particular reasons, and I borrowed a lot of notes from them, but I left out quite a few things for a number of reasons. Number one, I like to be able to pick any kind of weapon that I want at any point in time. And number two, I don't want to be lugging around 100 pounds worth of food items just to make sure my character gets irradiated, so he has that perk. I do have that perk anyway, but not the same kind of perk advantages that he has. He set his up specifically for that exploit, but at the same token, and that'd be Mr. Rowan. At the same token, you're going to be lugging around like 100 pounds of food everywhere you go. For some of the folks that are playing hardcore, that might not be too big of an issue, but for guys like me, it is. It's like, look, you're not always going to be fighting Deathclaws, and if you know the exploits of this game just right, you know how to build your character to where that's not going to be a necessity. The things to keep in mind on the perks is this game tends to favor a smooth-talking first-person shooter. It does, you know. I mean, there's no way around it. That's just the way they built the game. But there are certain things that will irritate you, and a lot of that's when you start trying to haul any kind of gear around, and that's why I got jury rigging and the long haul. That's pretty much to make sure that I can keep all my equipment repaired and I can fast travel while being over encumbered, and it's just not going to affect the gameplay at all. The rest of the perks after that, it's just nothing but damage dealing, better resistance to taking damage, and just all around better criticals and things like that. And of course you got chemicals to help you out with that, magazines, perks to help you out with that as well. One of the things I will mention about the perks, let's go back a little bit if we can. Let's see if I can find it. It would be the sniper perk, if it comes across it. If I can find it. Did it already pass it? I bet it did. Oh, nope. We're into P's. Yeah, you have to get those energy weapons boosted. Oh, it just passed it. Oh well. Yeah, the sniper perk is right up there, just above the professional that you see up there. With sniper and concentrated fire and center of mass, you can only pick one of those. You can't pick all of them. You can just pick one or the other. It can't be combinations at all, because otherwise the game will glitch out like a mamma jamma. That's a huge issue. But after that, I only forego a handful of perks, pretty much just to get like Scrounger perk and things like that. You know, find more bottle caps, find more ammunition. The efficient recycler, get more energy weapon ammunition. You know, just things like that. Those kind of perks, they really make everything more worthwhile, and they really make the game that much more enjoyable. And that's pretty much the reason why I built this character build that I did. Because on the last playthrough, I filmed about 106 hours. And I tried to cut all the shopping, all the grinding out as much as possible. And still, if you look at the timestamps on the game save files, it goes up to like 150 to 170 hours. So you talk about 50 to 70 hours, and none of that's film time worthy. You know, 70 hours, 50 to 70 hours worth is not film time. Is not filmable, because it's just inventory management. That's it. You know, and it's just nothing but a drag. You're staring at loading screens. You're staring at shopping issues. You know what I mean? You're just constantly repairing items just to sell them at top dollar, and you're constantly selling junk, finding places to sell your junk. And that kind of goes into the problems with this game. They wanted to build a long-term 100-hour game, but it looks, every time you play it, it just looks like they had no idea on how to build it so that it caters to several different player types and character types, which would have been the smart route to go. Instead, what they did was they just put in as many hurdles to stop you from having fun. They just made everything grinding, and it's just miserable. So yeah, just check out this video, and check out the perks that I got, and the missions in the order that I complete them in, and you know, do your research, and you'll have a pretty good experience. Because this playthrough, I think it's clocked in at 180 hours, and it's just nothing but fun. And that took, I don't know how many hundreds of hours for me to figure out how to get the most fun out of this game. But here you are. This is the playthrough that I got, and right now I'm just hunting for Deathclaws just before I get on my final missions, just to see how well I built the character, and I built him quite smoothly. You should be able to go through most sections with the easiest time, you know. And once again, folks, if you got the PC version, more power to you. If you got the console version, go ahead and cheat. Go ahead and cheat, man. Go ahead and get those double perks. Go ahead and look up those videos and find out how to do that. They're, you know, because you're talking like 100 hours, and it's just miserable. You have to take notes. You have to memorize all kinds of shit. It's just not going to happen, folks. So later on, peace out. I gotta go. Check y'all later.